How are we there, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I do apologise for the late delay. YouTube and Twitch playing games, or either it's just me as standard. So, welcome everyone, as I said, for another episode. Benny is here as always. How you going, mate?
Too bad, mate. Good. Having a good one after the shocking week that I had last week. I saw the podcast went down very well last week.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't butcher it and so forth too bad, so that was happy days. So, cheers for that. Let us know.
Right.
Let us know, guys, in the chat if you can hear us. That'd be muchly appreciated. And if you can't, well, Tech Guru's back, so we'll sort it out. But just before we get into it, just again, big shout out to Gabriel Marr, optometrist at Jesmond, who have jumped on again this season. 20 years of the Newcastle Jets, so they were more than happy to jump on as a sponsor of the podcast. For all your eye care needs, be sure to go down, see the guys at Jesmond, and they will look after you, as well as the Kafey Cafe, top of town. If you love your brekkies and coffees and so forth, go there and get one of those into you. Or if you're a Liverpool fan like me, be sure to get down there. Premier League season not too far away, home of the Liverpool Reds in Newcastle. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. Let us know in the chat if you're here and so forth. That'd be great. We are joined by one of the new recruits today, and we'll touch base with him, see how his move down to the Hunt has been, and how training's been, and so forth, and obviously what we can expect from him this season. So, welcome, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, mate. No, muchly appreciated. It's always good to get new faces on the podcast and get to know a little bit about yourself and what we can expect, as we said, for the season ahead. And yeah, so how was the move? How's the move into Newcastle? How's everything been?
Yeah, no, it's been really sweet. It's a good, lovely little small town in Newcastle. It's been exciting first few weeks here. It was really nice, easy transition from Melbourne to here, and yeah, the club's been really welcoming. The boys are all great. It's made settling in very easy over these first few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. It is probably the most beautiful part in Australia. Probably biased, but it's definitely up there with one of the best places in Australia to be. So, look, we're happy to have you, mate. Another young recruit of the Jets. We know Rob loves his youth, so it's good to see another one jump on board. So, born and bred in Queensland, I believe, mate. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, grew up in Toowoomba, a small town just west of Brisbane, about an hour and a half inland. Went to school, played for local team, Southwest Queensland Thunder there growing up, and then once I finished school, I moved to Brisbane Roar for the very last NYL season, and then was living on the Gold Coast there, and then years ago made the move down to Victory, and now we're here in Newcastle. Place to be.
Absolutely. Where'd the love affair of football come, mate? Did you get it from your family members or so forth, or just playing with your mates? Or
to be honest, I think I was a very sporty kid growing up. Like, one of those athletic kids, loved being out in the backyard doing all sorts of sports, whether it's running, cricket, kicking a ball, just any sort. But my older brother played football, and he unfortunately got in a few injuries and had to stop playing by the time he was about 20 or so. By then, I think as well a mix of the parents. They don't necessarily want you going into the rugby as a young kid. They don't want the violent, dangerous sport sort of thing. So soccer was the easiest choice for them. But I started playing really late, to be honest. I wouldn't have started. I think under 10s was my first year playing in Toowoomba. And then, from there, just had a knack of it and really enjoyed it. And that was the kickstart of a career, I guess.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I was definitely one of those kids. Mum was definitely not allowing me to play rugby league and stuff and cricket and so forth. Just football was it, so it was the only option I had. So yeah.
British father who played. I didn't get a choice.
Yeah, well that's it, mate. Yeah, friggin' the British heritage. What do you?
Don't know Euro jokes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had them all day.
A few hours.
I've had them all day.
Yeah, we're going to let it go for an hour, I think, Ben. Yeah, I and ahed whether to sort of lay one in, but no, I'll let it go, mate. Yeah, it's been a good day for a Spaniard fan of three. You know, I became one 3 days ago, so it's been great.
As did 95% of the world.
Yeah.
I think the best one I saw today, which I borrowed and put in our group, was England in international tournaments are like the Collingwood of the soccer world. They're just a team that everybody loves to hate.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yeah, the rest of the world certainly is having a good day, apart from England.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I think the only disappointing thing today was Colombia got beat. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk some footy anyway, mate. So, I went back, I had a bit of a look at, some of your highlights and so forth. Screamer of a goal last year for Melbourne victory. It was a beauty. But
yeah.
I think most of what I got out of all these videos and clips that I went back and watched, and I watched the 70 minutes again. Probably a little bit disappointed for yourself, but obviously the 70 minutes against the Jets last year in the Australia Cup, yourself played pretty well, but definitely loved the ball at feet and running into space. Like, that's for me as a Jets fan now, watching and going back and looking at that sort of stuff is something that I've noticed. Is that sort of what we can expect? You love to run into space and just ball at the feet.
Yeah, so I'm probably best positions as like an attacking midfielder or winger. Yeah, I love to have the ball sort of create, and I guess you love to do your work in that final third, really, whether it's attacking spaces, combining, shooting from the edge of the box. Yeah, you happen to see that one against Perth. I want to be able to create, and I'm really excited, I guess, to play with AP this year after seeing the year he had last year. But yeah, getting the ball at the feet, like running at players, creating, combining, putting the balls in the box. It's what I'm really excited to do this year.
Yeah. If you haven't jumped on YouTube or so forth, and just go on there and have a look at some of them. A few goals from Brisbane as well, and definitely they're all somewhat the same. Just definitely ball at feet.
Yeah.
Get that ball out of his feet, and obviously screamers, bottom corners, and obviously the one for victory was a beauty as well. So you said preferred position, obviously that attacking midfield is sort of where you like to be.
Yeah, so where I grew up in Toowoomba, we often played a 4-4-2 growing up. So I was often one of the second strikers, but sort of just given the freedom to drop in and roam as that 10. And then as I sort of got a bit older and joined a lot of the first team environments, particularly at Raw, I got pushed a bit to the side as a winger, just to sort of adapt to the physicality of men's football. So that's what I've been seeing a lot as a winger, men's football. But yeah, that tends, like, I love players like Mesut Ozil, and he's probably one of my favourite. And watching Phil Foden last year in the Prem, watching them glide and do their thing in the midfield is what I want to try and do this season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Welcome, Mary. Mary's just jumped in the chat. Who do you support in the Premier League?
It's been a rough last few years, but I guess our hunting boy Cole Palmer didn't quite pull through this morning, but yeah, one ray of shining hope.
Very good. Yeah, well, we can't have them all, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, we had our golden years with Hazard, Kante, and
a
few times, but
yeah, no, look,
waiting for that next generation now.
Yeah, well, you've got all the money there. You just got to, I guess, find the right players for it. I guess it's I don't know.
On the plus side, Josh, if you guys don't want them, we'll have them.
Yeah. What, down in the first division? Yeah, okay.
Down in League One, yeah, shit, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, poor old Benny's a Birmingham fan. Suffered relegation last year, so poor bugger.
Ooh.
First time they've been that low in my lifetime.
Exactly right. So as we touched on a little bit before, Rob and his youth, can we somewhat assume that is one of the main reasons that interests you coming into the club, that you you were probably going to get a bit more of a chance under him. I think you're roughly been looking at about 500 minutes, I guess, of game time in the A-League so far with Brisbane and Melbourne and so forth. So is that something that definitely interests you?
Yeah, no, I think I can only be appreciative and I can speak highly of my time at Raw and Victory. I learned so much under them all, but I guess you can learn so much from training, but the real test is trying to implement it in the game. For me, that was sort of the next step I wanted to take, was chasing that game time. And um, yeah, I think I saw a statistic last season saying like the youngest 10 squads of the whole season were all under Robert here at Newcastle. So
Yep.
that was certainly an exciting thing for me. And can see he backs the youth with, I guess, firstly the squad we've got and all the players that played last season. Yes, a lot of players have left last season, especially a few of the seniors, such as Hoffy, who's still in around at the club. Great to have him there, but trying to get that mix of a few experienced players, but trusting the youth is certainly important. I think I'm certainly excited for this season to come, because I only hope for the best after seeing how last season went.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely was. As a Jets fan, it was, like I'm sure a lot of our fans took it as a bit of a shock. The amount of youth that we definitely played, but I think probably after last season, I think nearly all A-League fans, I'm guessing, are all under the same theory, I guess, that's what the league's going to be this year. It's going to be a very youthful league. You're not going to have a lot of these superstar type imports and so forth coming in, just purely because no club can really afford it anymore. They've cut the budget and everything else. So for the youth, it's a really good time, in the A-League for them. They're going to get seen, and we've definitely seen a few of the boys from Wellington, I guess, the last 2 to 3 weeks. Four or five of those guys are now playing over there in Europe. A few of them in England. I think one of the boys got signed in France, and a few of the coasty boys as well. So still very young and getting their opportunity overseas. So for a bloke like yourself, mate, it's got to be exciting.
Yeah, certainly. I think you've seen over the last few years a lot of the players have gone overseas, and even the young players stepping up into the Socceroos. And I'm sure myself, along with a lot of other players within the league, have that ambition of playing for their country and playing at the highest level possible. I think, it's an exciting time for the league, where you probably will see a lot of fresh faces this year, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of players to certainly put their best foot forward and put their mark on the league.
Have you got anything, Ben, before I continue on?
Yeah, I'll jump in with another Mary question here, because she's always full of them. And that is... Oh, actually, no, this one's not from Mary, sorry. My mistake. Who's better, in your opinion, Ronaldo or Messi? The age-old question.
A Messi fan. I love both players, but Messi is just unique. Like the things that he can do with the ball at his feet, and being a left footer as well. It's only sit back and admire the things that he can do with the ball at his feet.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
We're not going to go, and it's very much a very short debate, that one, these days. The amount of debates Benny and I have had in previous podcasts and so forth, we could go back and forth with what they've done, and how do you compete, how do you put them against each other, and so forth.
I'm 100% of the opinion you can't compare them.
Yeah, look, I think they're two different players that two different positions, different quality, I guess, around them as well. Compare them in an international sort of level to club level. You look at Ronaldo, he's done everything. He's challenged himself outside of the one league and so forth, and won it all. So for that, you've got to sort of give him props over Messi. Pretty much only sort of spent his career, let's say, in Spain. But at the same time, he's won World Cups. Ronaldo hasn't. So at an international level, he's definitely above Ronaldo there. So, but yeah.
I certainly agree.
Yeah. What do we got here? Lukey, welcome, mate. Which teammate is showing you around Newcastle? Who have you bunked with, or?
I got a little townhouse with a few of the new boys as well, Oscar Fryer and Matty Scarcella.
Yep.
So the three of us are, sharing, I guess, a bachelor pad down here in Newcastle. But yeah, it's been really good though. The boys are all very easygoing. But yeah, a lot of the boys, as you know, are probably from Sydney. So
Yep.
I haven't been down yet, but Sydney's not too far away. But I think a fair few of the boys head back there on their days off and whatnot. But yeah, I've just been enjoying being at the beach, I guess, every single day.
Absolutely, mate.
I'm about to say, it looks like they've locked you in the bathroom for tonight.
Pretty much.
We're obviously nearing the first competitive game, I guess, a competition game, Australia Cup. As we mentioned before, 70 minutes for your last season up there in Darwin, so it's no, nothing new for you, I guess. You've been there, you've done it all, used to the heat and everything else.
Yeah.
I'm guessing obviously the result is what you're chasing, a little bit different compared to last year on getting done on penalties. But how's the boys looking? Obviously, we're getting close now, as we said. We had Rob on the other week. He said that there might be a few blokes that may not be ready yet. We know AP's getting close to being a father, so he may or may not make the trip. So how's everyone else looking? The new guys coming in and mixing with a few of the old boys.
Yeah, it's been really good so far. The first few weeks, I guess. First week particularly, you really get to see where you stand as a group and what you really need to work on, and just trying to implement the tactics and the mindset that Rob has planned for this season has really been a main focus of training. So you can see that the boys are really taking everything on board and trying to understand and grasp the concepts that we want to play and find out a style of football that wants to represent Newcastle. Because, like I said, I want to play entertaining football. We don't just want to sit back and try chase points. We want to be there dominating games, playing on the front foot, and putting people in the crowd and being exciting to play. So everyone's working really hard, and we just need to be ready, I guess, in the best situation possible.
Yeah. Look, we touched on it with Rob the other week regarding last season's performance. Again, it was up and down, I guess. From a Jets fan who just wants to see victories, it wasn't good enough. But for a fan who can look past that sort of thing and look what Rob's brought in and what he's doing to the team and how it's developing over the season itself, it was pretty successful. The final 15 minutes of games were definitely an issue. Felt like some of the boys were just sort of didn't realise that there was 90 minutes of football, get to 75 minutes, and they thought that was it. So conceding plenty of goals in the last 15 or so was definitely frustrating, which I'm sure Rob, as he said, will be implementing better this year, I guess. Just trying to reinstate that
from a game management perspective.
Yeah, correct. That we play for 90 minutes, boys. We don't stop. Keep on the attack, and make sure our defense is solid and all that sort of stuff. But look, it's going to be rewarding. Some of those guys, as you said, that as we were saying before, the young guys from last year that were starting to come through, your Taylors and stuff like that. They're only going to learn more, or they're only going to get better from the experience they got last year. Coming into this one, so it's looking really good. Plenty of youth, as we said. Hopefully another senior body in there somewhere. I think Rob was saying that he's looking for maybe another attacker with a bit more seniority, which would be good to help AP up top. But yeah, at the end of the day, mate, friggin', it should be fingers crossed for you. Plenty of, as you said, plenty of game opportunity, and once you sort of take that reign, you know what to do. You're a professional, you know what to do with it. I guess it's hang on to it.
Yeah. No, I think everyone. I think I've heard Scotty say it the most. Probably is everyone's a season more experienced coming into this season. Like it's always difficult to see a team concede late minute goals. Myself, up at Victory last year, we conceded a fair few in the final 10 minutes of the game, and even in the final, you saw that happen. But trying to see out the games, I think everyone's another year more exposed to the league, and hopefully we can implement everything that we've learned. Be able to see our games, because you saw that the boys don't have problem scoring.
Yep.
AP got over many goals he got, even Clayton Taylor.
Yep.
The big thing is really just trying to handle that game management and able to, I guess, just handle however the game's going and be smart about it, rather than just sort of getting lost in the moment and losing control of the game.
Absolutely. Well, I've got a couple of quick ones before we let you go. As I said, we're not going to hold you up too much. It is early days, obviously, so we'll try and get you back on once the season's in full swing and there's plenty more going on and everything else. But just a couple of, obviously, quick ones in here. I think the biggest one, I'm guessing all the fans and definitely the players, I'm sure, want to know, mate, is obviously going away to Darwin, which usually means initiation for the new boys. So what song can we expect? What song can the boys expect to hear you sing?
Well, I sort of set myself a goal, because I've been at 2 clubs now where I don't ever want to repeat the song that I've sung. So my first song I think I did at Raw was I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Victory, I did Baby by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I've had a look at a few songs, because you know it's coming. You have to prepare for it, I guess. I think the best way to get a song that everyone's going to sing along to, and not just, I guess, you up on the stage on your own. I've considered a few, like Someone Like You by Adele, or a few Bruno Mars, like Want to Marry You, or we'll have to see whichever one comes to mind at the time. But there's a few locked and loaded, ready to go.
Very good. Yeah, definitely. I could imagine Sweet Caroline gets around a bit. It's definitely one of those ones that fills the boys up and everyone gets behind them and so forth. So
for me, considering it is a Perth song, it's got to be Chelsea Dagger.
Chelsea Dagger, it's a banger in it. It's a good song. There you go. Add that one to your playlist. What have we got in here? Is any of you guys in the chat got anything before we obviously let the man go? Mary, I'll get back to you on that one. I'm pretty sure the players aren't going to really know what's going on there. So
pretty sure behind closed doors means no fans or members.
Yeah. Well, I think she wants to know, is it? She doesn't know, obviously. They don't. But yeah, there's a game against Sydney FC coming up shortly. So there you go. Another one there, which will be good. The last one for me, mate, which we're going to quickly touch on, which I don't know how much involvement you've seen about it, but it's definitely one I've always wanted to ask when I get sort of like the younger guys in, other than the older boys, is this second division that's going to come in eventually, with the likes, pretty much the Australian second division. What are your thoughts on that? We talk about you've played at the youth level, obviously the MPL and for Brisbane and all that sort of stuff, and the seconds, I guess, at an A-League club. But what are your thoughts on the second division? How much do you reckon it's going to help the younger guys develop, being able to play in a division that's, well, again, we don't know whether it's going to be sort of played at the same time or whatever, but obviously there's enough clubs in there where it's going to be a long season. But yeah, what are your thoughts on it, mate?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that will really help football in Australia grow. I think you'll see a lot of the young players really get that experience, and you'll see a lot more players thrive. Even just seeing there's so many hidden talents in the NPL across Australia that a lot of people don't actually realise, or a lot of players that don't get that opportunity to have a crack at the A-League. And I think that's the best way to give those opportunities out. And by bringing in the second league, I think it's so much better for the A-League as well, because it will bring in that competitiveness of promotion, relegation. Maybe not straight away, but over time it'll eventually really create the importance of 3 points at the end of the day. It's no longer just we didn't get what we wanted to achieve. Now you've actually got something on the line. You're playing really just to stay alive. It makes everything so much more competitive and important. And the players, I think, even young goalkeepers or whatever. It just gives so many opportunities to players that are in and among A-League environments at the moment, but still not getting the opportunity, and it can only really benefit football in Australia.
Yeah. I think the keepers are definitely going to be one that's going to help, like Noah James and so forth, that had to go to sort of MPL this year.
Even Mickey.
Yeah, look, Mickey Weir obviously he's left us now. He'll go back. He's gone back to Hume at the moment, but I think just in general, just the fact that even if you're coming back from a long injury, I guess and that you're not guaranteed. You're fit. Let's say you're fit, but you're not strong enough to get into the first team or on the bench yet. Maybe even sort of looking at that sort of loan option, dropping them down to the second divisions. That way they're still getting minutes in the legs, which is something that I've seen over the last, almost, let's go 20 years, of the A-League itself, that a lot of players miss. They're not 100%, but then they're just sitting on the sideline. They're not getting that game fitness and getting up to sort of speed where you might be able to duck them into the second division on a 3-month loan or something like that, run them through, and then obviously, once they're sort of up to that match speed, then you can sort of bring them in and give them that chance. So, yeah, I think it's definitely a big thing. And again, competitive. I think it's going to be competitive as well. The money, the transfers. It'll be interesting to see, blokes like you maybe, like your Jason Hoffmans and your older boys that, are in that sort of situation where they're 33, 34, and they might be sort of looking at getting knocked out of position by, a young 25, 20-year-old or something like that. Their career may not be 100% over. They might be able to drop into that second division and still, as you said, develop this youth, help these younger kids out, sort of going, holy shit, I'm playing with a Jason Hoffman or for a Newcastle Jets point of view, Nigel Bugard, a Taylor Regan, legends of the club, captains in their own right of the club itself, but they're not having to drop down to a sort of MPL, where I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the MPL, but if we can have that next
Middle
level,
ground.
just that next professionalism where you might look at majority of them still having somewhat of a professional contract. They're not having to work from Monday to Friday and then try and train 3 days a week. They're still very much in professional mode. Wake up, train, go home. They're not having to sort of focus on their work as well. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Interesting to see what happens over the next couple of years with that. But one final one from Clayton. Welcome, mate. What team are you most looking forward to playing against once the season starts? Every player's got a team. Every player's got that one team that they just, what is it for you, mate?
For me, it's probably 2, but it has to be Raw and Victory.
Yep.
You got that friendship, those rivalries now, and it's like just you want to be able to say at the end of the game, we walk away on top.
Yep.
It's always exciting, sharing the field with your mates, and it's certainly the game I'm looking forward to, and getting back to playing against those guys and back to Brisbane, down to Melbourne, and then versing them back up here in Newcastle as well. Yeah, I can't wait for those matchups.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer, I guess, is, your team that, let's not say that, they let you go or anything like that, but, you've left there and so forth, and you're grateful for everything, the previous clubs have given you and so forth, but at the end of the day, you're leaving to sort of better yourself, so you want them to sort of look at the end of 90 minutes and go, shit, did we make a mistake? Or, it's good to see him going. He's gone to that next level. You know what I mean? Like, no hard feelings, but at the same time, they're just happy that you're achieved. It'll be no different this year for us with Archie. Archie for Adelaide is going to be someone that we're going to definitely watch. He's a Novocastrian, Newey born and bred. Definitely didn't want to see him go. Definitely understand why he's gone, but something. Every other club definitely want him to succeed, score bangers, play 90 minutes and everything else. But the Jets, well, he's hoping Rob's got enough information on him to get the defenders to close him out and keep him out in the sideline somewhere. So, too easy. But no, mate, other than that, we're going to let you go, mate. We do appreciate you jumping on, as we said. Again, welcome to the club. Hopefully an injury-free and, really, really good season for yourself. Plenty of minutes under the belt and, helping in any way possible, goals and assists, etc., to get the Jets to the top of the table this year.
And I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, thanks for having me. I look forward to, I guess, as we get closer to the season, like you said, looking again and seeing where the club's at as we get there.
Absolutely, mate. We appreciate your time. Good luck next week in Darwin, and we'll speak soon.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
No worries, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Take it easy.
See ya.
See you, mate. No worries. Well, we thank Eli for jumping on. It is muchly appreciated. Interesting. Seems like a good young kid. Head on his shoulders, looking for bigger and better things. Now that he's at the Jets, new club, new challenges. It'll be interesting.
Looks like it's going to come across pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah. He's definitely. Again, I mean it, guys. If you haven't seen any of his highlights, even go back and watch the Jets game against Victory last year in Darwin. He 70 minutes, he killed it. He was all over the. He was in the right places at the right time. Really good on the ball. Really good on the ball. His touch and the way that he moves with the ball into open space is something to watch. It's that thread, even that ball, that final ball that he seems to thread through to play to teammates and everything else is definitely going to be interesting for AP. I feel that he definitely got probably a lot more ball in the air last year, AP. Than they sort of nice diagonal through balls to feet, and that's something that Eli will bring this year, I think. On the ground, straight to feet, bullet ball. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
My big thing is that he's not scared to take on players, and I've banged on about this before in previous years. It's nice to actually finally have players in the club that aren't afraid to run at defenders.
Yeah, and may it continue for him, because he definitely showed that last season. The goal he scored for Victory, which I'm think.
It was
Hunty Emp, welcome.
Hunty said it and described it perfectly. Absolute filth.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was absolute filth.
Absolute screamer for that. So we wish him the best of luck this season. And as I said, he's definitely hunting for more minutes. He's only got about 15 games under his belt in the A-League, so and pretty much all of them off the bench. So he's definitely looking to cement a spot, and I'm pretty sure we'll see Rob give him his chance through these trial matches and Australia Cup maybe. And thanks everyone for your questions, Mary as well. But I'll find out. I'll go to a different person to find that one out. I don't think he would know, or honestly, don't think he'd care whether it was open or behind closed doors. So I'll try and find that one out for you through Rob or Morris or Shane. So we'll sort that one out. But other than that, what else have we got, Benny? What's been happening, mate? What's been happening in the world of football? Obviously, we won't touch on. Obviously, the Euros are now done for another season, another 4 years. So
thank God.
I was going to say Copa America's now done as well, so that's all done. Not too many injuries. Not too many injuries through those two competitions, which is good to see. There was plenty of. Don't get me wrong, there were some interesting ones. Old mate from, I can't remember who it was that copped it, but one of the players from Spain the other day or whatever it was, copping it from the bloody security guard. Pretty much got his ankles taken out. Thanks for that.
But that just adds on to, when you talk about stuff like that, it just adds on to the debate that all the managers in the Premier League have been having for such a long time now, which is they play too many games.
Yeah.
The body is a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Well-oiled machine needs oil, otherwise it breaks down.
Yeah.
When a machine doesn't run for a certain period of time, it requires more grease and shit to get it back running again.
Yeah.
I think these international tournaments are good. Yeah, okay, they play more games, but it keeps the wheels in motion for longer. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a look, it's an interesting one. You think about it. They've finished up now. What are we? The 15th of May.
July.
No, July. Yeah, Jesus. 15th of July, and the season starts in August.
Yeah.
It's
It's only a month.
The 9th of August, I think, is like the championship and stuff like that, and then you're talking, the 17th thereabouts is 17th of August is the first round. So we're a month out.
Hmm.
4 weeks away, and a lot of these clubs now are going to have to, now they're now going to really crank open their preseason games and tournaments and stuff like that. But a lot of these absolute talented footballers are going to go on a break. They're going to shut down for maybe a week or two, and
they need it though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But they need it. But it's not what the coaches need. The coach wants their players raring to go for round one. How can they sort of work out their best 11 and formation and style of play when your Messi's? Oh, no, sorry, your Messi's are done. Your your Harry Kanes and your all these talented strikers and so forth, or fullbacks or whatever. Van Dijk, Van Dijk's the captain of Liverpool. He's now going to go on break for a bit, so he's still not there. So I don't know. It's a lot of football.
It's a hard one.
It's a lot of football. Even some of these youngsters, that the young bloke from Spain, the 16-year-old, so now 17. He turned 17 the other day.
Yeah.
He could realistically, if they've qualified, I have no idea if they have, but he could realistically be now going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Olympics start in 10 days. So, and that's another football tournament. So
exactly.
It's just unbelievable. There's just no stop, no rest. Bodies are burning.
No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Mate. So, but good to see. Plenty of transfers, plenty of movement for the Aussies as well. Plenty of stuff going on there. Kevin Muscat under fire. He's struggling a bit now in the J League, which is something that Yokohama haven't seen in an Aussie for a while.
You mean Kuhl?
Yeah, Kuhl. Yeah, Kuhl. Sorry.
I did read that.
Yeah, big bad Hazard.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit there, dropping a few points. So it'll be interesting to see how that outcome comes there. But few good transfers coming through. Another Aussie into England in the coaching ranks. Obviously, was it Stad? No, was it Stad? Who was it? Into Brighton. One of the coaches. Brighton.
Dario Vidicic.
Dario, yeah, that's it, Dario. Yeah, so Brighton women's, so happy days. That's fantastic. They're not a top Premier League side or women's Premier League side, but at the same time, it's definitely better than.
It's recognition, well deserved.
Correct, exactly what it is. So which is what you want. It's what you want your coaches and players to be getting. So very, very interesting. Is there anything we've missed, guys? Is there anything
you want us to talk about?
Is there anything you want to talk about? That's it. We with these younger guys, and now that the fact that it's so short, these podcasts, because we don't want to sit here for an hour and just ramble on. Get in, get it done. This is a bit of time now that we can just sort of sit back, talk a bit of football, as we said there. The Copa American, that's now finished, but transfer window, it's in full swing. We're going to see some interesting movements. Matty Ryan looks like he's going to Roma.
Roma, yeah, seen that.
Interesting. So yeah, that he's currently in obviously the number 2 spot. There's a young keeper in the number 1 spot, but should be able to definitely compete for that number 1 spot there at Roma for sure. What? Josh doesn't want to ramble? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
Matty Ryan, not the Derby. Yeah, mate, I know. That was definitely
unlucky.
Oh, mate, I was like, holy shit, could you imagine? Mate, you may as well have just given us promotion. Honestly, if you'd friggin' signed him,
yeah, not too happy about that one, Mary.
What F3 Derby during the Sydney United round? Yeah, touched slightly on that one last week. That's
annoying.
I don't know. It's an interesting one, right? There's so many. Like you look at, it's a Friday night in Sydney. Would be perfect at either the Newcastle or the Central Coast, because that way no one's really got to get up for work on a Monday or.
Yeah, but that's the weekend that you play the Sydney Derby.
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Like, my brain always goes, and I said this about the AFL one that they do in Adelaide and so forth, was, to me, that's like, if you're playing it in a neutral venue, other than maybe say one or two sides like Sydney and so forth. That to me screams derbies. Derbies. Friday night, Melbourne victory versus Melbourne City. Newcastle Jets versus, Central Coast Mariners, or whatever, and then,
Nah,
another
you'd
one.
You'd expect them to pull more crowd numbers being at home.
Yeah, but you would. But the whole idea of it is to
play your Sydney derbies like your MacArthur's and that.
Oh yeah, they should be a definite. But at the same time, the whole idea of it is to get people into Sydney. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
They want people into the tourism. It's all about the tourism.
Yeah.
Come for a holiday. Watch a bit of football. Stay for a week. Stay for a couple of days. Don't just fly in, fly out.
Even if you play 3 derby in Sydney, that is still not going to make me go into Sydney. We all know my thoughts on Sydney. I fucking hate it.
No, look, I'll go to the derby because I don't care where it is. As I said, I'll say
the first thing I do when I get to Sydney is find the quickest fucking way out of Sydney.
Yeah.
I hate the joint.
Yeah.
And that's not that's not being biased as a Melburnian either.
It's Central Coast home games. They get 2 home games and we only get the 1. How do you know that, Mary? Is that a thing that I've missed, or is that because they won the trophy? They get 2. Did they? I'm pretty sure they won the trophy last.
Don't they swap it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a thing that the club do or whatever it is. But
we don't always play the Mariners 3 times in the season either.
No. So
we just get lucky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, but obviously the fixtures are due to be released in the next couple of weeks, which is good to know. Happy days.
And I'll print those off and put them up on my desk at work next to the Birmingham fixtures for the coming season.
Jetstar's webpage will be open and the friggin' moment it's released. Don't worry about that. I'm friggin' looking at flights and looking at travels and all over it. But
I'll be looking at the games first before I pick a game to go.
They swap. Okay, there you go. Australia Cup kits, thoughts? Love the Australia Cup kit. Absolute banging idea. The fact that they've got friggin' Andy Roberts and a few of the old heads in there as well to friggin' display the kits, magic. Fantastic. All this rubbish from non-Jets or Newcastle United fans crapping on about their red and blue and their Knights colours and all that sort of shit. You should be...
Yeah, fuck off.
Should be
seriously.
Waking up to yourself. That is our history. It was the history before gold. So...
where is it?
Absolutely fantastic.
And I quote, just watch the Australia Cup kit reveal video. Fuck me. Finally, someone at the Jets knows how to record and edit a banging video. By far the highest quality social media the Jets have done my entire year supporting them.
Yeah, they're definitely onto it. Definitely onto it.
Microphone from me to you.
That was the one. Yeah, no, they're all over it. They're doing really well with promoting the club and everything else like that. It's all over the radios and stuff like that. We're hearing heaps more. They're doing plenty of stuff on their socials and everything else, which is great to see. And as for the kit, I'm loving it. It's out now.
Yep.
Buy it now. $119. You can buy it. It's on the shop.
Already got it. Left South Australia today.
There you go. Ready to go. So
already on its way.
Ben will have it.
What, you really think the Jets are gonna friggin' release a one-time only kit and me not add that to the collection?
Absolutely. Benny's mix. I'm too fat.
My mic's playing up.
No, I can hear you okay.
Never.
Oh. I don't know what sizes they go to, Matty, but yeah.
Yeah, they didn't make him in small.
But yeah, no, definitely a good choice. Only thing I find wrong with it, it's not wrong with it, but I would have liked to see is with the logo just in the middle. Just in the middle, like the old United Breakers one, which is exactly what it.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I've got that 2001 kit fully signed by the 2001 squad, and if it fit me, I would have worn it, but it won't. So, and it's fully signed on it. It needs to go into a frame, so it won't be leaving the house. But definitely a collector's item. It's definitely a kit that I can get behind. I have been informed though that our three kits, our home, away, and the third alternate kit, have been sorted, like they're locked in and stuff like that. It's all been done and everything else. And
production?
Yeah. And apparently, from what I got told, that the home kit is really good, but my source likes the away kit. So I'm intrigued to see what the away kit's going to look like. Obviously, we know the home kit's going to be a gold of some sort. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the away kit looks like. I loved last year's away kit.
White.
Huh?
Emerald, cinnamon, and white.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
To be fair, the away kit, or the emerald, cinnamon, and white kit that we had last year, with the green, the emerald shorts. I'm sorry, that was fucking on point.
Yeah.
It's a really modern take.
Yep.
On the old color scheme and design.
Yeah. Yeah. I love stuff when they sort of flash it back to the history of the club and, do something on, the 2018 grand final losing strip, is something that we should be able to look at and sort of, make as not now, not probably a little bit too soon now, but obviously, down the track is definitely something that we should be looking at. Those sort of things for me as a fan and so forth are, is history. So, and then
I would not mind a remake of the original Reebok Gold one.
Yeah. 5XL.
With the navy, with the red full sleeve and the navy paneling.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. But the Australian Cup kit, love it, all over it. They'll look good in that. What do we got? Western United. See, they'll be in a green or something like that. So, or a white. So perfect. We're definitely not going to clash with that one. They're definitely not going to rock up in red or blue. 2XL, 3XL. Yeah, apparently there's a 5XL. There you go, matey. Rock away.
Yeah, they didn't do small.
They even do
Legend kits are generally buying small because they're a bigger cut.
So, but yeah, not too easy. Well, as we said, bloody getting close. Australian Cup, not too far away.
Even went retro tonight. Too.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, there you go. See, bloody the red and the blue. That's
closest one I had.
That's a night shirt, as Lukey would say before.
It's a night shirt with a Knights kit manufacturer.
It's got gold around the freaking collar. That's stupid. That's not what the Knights wear.
For me, it was more the fact it's got Hunter Ports on it.
Yeah, the old Hunter Ports, a ripper. Sam Thornton, welcome. I think it's funny how people got angry when they realised the Australian country is.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Some people got. I was reading some of the comments. Some people got so fucking triggered. Triggered.
To be fair though, I'd be happy with that as like the alternate third kit. Like happy.
Oh yeah.
Whatever, you wear it once or twice. You wear it, for like this. I don't know, the promotional days or whatever it is that they're going to do. Happy days. You wear it once or twice in the season. Who cares? I don't understand why you'd make a third kit. It'd
be better than that fucking horrid blue third kit we had last season. That thing was trash.
Yeah.
Going for 23 games unbeaten. Oh yeah, the youth lads. You good?
Oh, I will be in a minute when my daughter stops trying to call me.
Well, are they? I'll ask a dumb question then. Why'd you give her a phone? 5 p.m. Are we at home, Luke?
Bloody hell. Bloody child, honestly.
Yeah, at home. I did read it.
Give me a sec. I'm just going to message.
Helps if I read.
She's at my bloody mother's.
Oh, is that the come and get me phone call?
Oh, mate, if it is.
Yeah, 23 on the bounce for the youth lads.
Yeah.
It's a fucking fair crack.
Far out.
But yeah, 100% Sam. It was funny to go through those comments and just watch the trigger. And then half of them not realising that it was based on a retro kit.
Yeah.
Even I knew that. Probably because I've seen your Breakers one before.
Yeah. Well, that's literally it. So, what was I going to say?
Second and third place going against each other Saturday night, which is big. Luke, he's all over the youth stuff at the moment.
He's smashing. Yeah, he's all over the youth.
He's fucking killing the youth stuff at the moment.
But how good are they going, though? Like, friggin' the youth. Let's see if I can bring that up.
Don't tell me I'm getting phone calls now.
I'm going to kill her. Turn the phone off. That's simple.
Works.
So guess who's getting an Australian Cup jersey? Hey!
I've got mine.
You
know what the best part is?
Coming.
I'll have it within 2 days because it's not coming from Newcastle.
The club should get the community.
If it comes from Newcastle, I have to wait a week for tracking information.
You'll love that, Matty. Guess who's getting an Australian Cup jersey? It's coming home.
Coming home.
Oh well, at least that one will come home to you, Matty. Just make sure you put the right address down.
It is coming. It's all preloaded for me.
Yeah. Just click.
They've got my details on file. Get sent straight to work.
That's it. Clicking away you go.
Straight to work.
So easy.
It's not that hard. You got 2 factories to choose from.
Yeah. Just a quick one. Next week, I'm not sure. We probably won't get a podcast in live next week because the boys will be in Darwin, I'd imagine, from maybe Monday.
Mm.
But I will be sitting down on Monday with the GOAT himself, Jason Hoffman, and we will be recording a episode with himself. So so we're gonna have a chat to him about obviously his time at the club and what this season's going to look like. A little bit different for him. Still putting on the boots.
What's his job all about?
And that's it. And I think that's the biggest one is the main reason of the podcast is to really understand what his role is. We've heard snippets of it from Rob and Morris and so forth of like community, getting in and around the community and stuff like that. But really finding out how it's going to help us as fans and supporters. What we can expect to see from him this year, whether it's more of himself and maybe players in the bay, like in the supporter active, helping out the active, I guess it is as a whole, trying to get them up and about and a lot more numbers than what we've had in there previously. So I'll record that with him on Monday next week, and it'll be uploaded. We might do it on Wednesday morning or something like that. Run into the cup.
I guarantee you, Luke, I'll get a phone call.
Yeah. Well,
I'll get a phone call.
I'm hoping
while I'm at work.
I'm hoping it should be as simple as just go and start record, right?
Nah.
Never. It's never that easy.
I might find some time to sit down with you and sort that out.
Anyway, what do we got here? Hoffy's getting good game time at Newcastle Olympic.
Yeah.
Yes, Mary,
he is
the Queen of Olympic. She's definitely an Olympic fan. Nice to see you got your photo done the other day with Morris and Shane in your Olympic.
Saw that.
I would have been wrapped with that.
I saw that right after she's like, I thought you were a Newcastle supporter.
Yeah.
As in the tune, and I'm like, nah.
He's business graduate.
HR's due to finish his.
Wow.
He's due to finish his business graduate degree. Smart lad.
I'm going to say it's probably he's due, maybe, but yeah, friggin' if you're talking about Hoffy, that's smart cookie. There you go. Happy days. Good on him.
I look forward to that. I'm starting to study soon as well.
Very good. So, but anyway, guys, we're going to wrap her there. It's just hit the 9 o'clock mark, so we do appreciate everyone for jumping on. Again, we thank Eli and the Jets for getting him sorted and on board tonight for the podcast. Hoffy has a
mate in the media department.
Exactly. Tom and the guys down there. So thank you for that. And as I said, Hoffy next week. We'll get that recorded hopefully, unless I butcher it and stuff it up. Then we'll sort it out another day. Where's the laughter?
I'll have to edit it.
Where's me laughter button? Everyone's laughing.
I'll have to edit it.
Yeah. Is everyone laughing with me or at me? No. But yeah, so other than that, we got on the park this week, Benny. We got football in Newcastle. It was fantastic.
It wasn't rained out for once?
No, mate, wasn't rained out. We got belted on Friday night, which wasn't fantastic. So, it is what it is. You take the good with the bad sometimes. But yeah, it was good. Junior footy got on. My daughter had a blinder. Absolutely killed it. 4 assists. 4 assists and a screamer of a goal. Friggin' dragged it straight past the keeper, bottom corner. Absolute banger.
From what I saw, mate, she had a screamer with her friggin' rosebud friends on the friggin' monkey bars.
Oh, mate, she's all over that shit. Yeah, friggin' oath. Absolutely. Yeah, that was like in between. She had a double header that day. So she played at like 9:15, then had to back up again at 12. So we just sort of around the corners like a little play area and that, and it was just packed. So many kids and shit there. It was crazy. But yeah, so fingers crossed. I don't think there's due too much rain this week, so we might even get on this week. Happy days. So.
I don't know if we've got any commands, Lukey.
Commands work?
I'm guessing by me doing that we don't. I'm gonna have to fucking go in and fix them.
Yeah, it's been a while. The computer's been on and off a few too many times.
Well, they're all in the cloud, so.
Yeah, exactly right. So, but anyway, guys, other than that, we do thank every single one of you for jumping on, getting in the chat, getting involved. For the guys that I hadn't seen in here before, welcome. Thank you for getting involved. That's pretty much what we're here for. It's just a social chat and talking a bit of footy and so forth as we get into closer to the footy and the A-League games and, well, Australia Cup games, I guess. We'll get more guests on and be able to talk a lot more footy and in detail and in-depth stuff, but I can't remember them. Good on you, Lukey. One job.
Reviews and previews. Exclamation mark commands, I think it is.
Something like that.
Going to give you a list of all the ones that are active.
Other than that, guys, as we mentioned at the start of the show, Gabriel Ma, optometrist at Jesmond, and the Kafey Cafe.
Found them.
Yeah, found them. I've seen your bolt as soon as I said it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kafey Cafe, top of town, Julian, and the guys there for all your coffee and breakfast needs. Go see those guys. And as I said, for all your eye care needs, go see Gabe and the guys down there at Jesmond. We do thank them for supporting the show and the podcast. So, yeah. Other than that, we will catch you guys next week at some point, whether it be obviously just the video with Hoffy or if Benny and I find a bit more information and a bit more stuff to talk about, we might do a podcast itself. But until then, enjoy your footy wherever it may be, whatever you might be watching. Matilda's got done the other night. I think they've got another game at some point, I think. And yeah, other than that, plenty of football still to come. What is it on Paramount? Paramount Football Frenzy or whatever it is. I was looking there the other day.
Yeah, they call it something.
Yeah, Winter Festival of Football or something like that. Bloody Barcelona versus Real Madrid's in there. Manchester City and Chelsea. Wrexham, Tour America.
Wrexham.
They had a banging win the other night, 5-1 or some crap like that. They're friggin' killing it. Derby got up the other day in their first pre-season.
We got smashed 5-0 by Paderborn in a pre-season friendly.
That's what you want to see, mate.
But they weren't going to Paderborn for a pre-season friendly. Clearly, they went there to go watching them get beat in the Euros because the game was played 2 days before the Euro final.
It was a bonding session. And the results don't matter.
Nah. Although we got to see the kit come out for the first time.
Yeah, I did see that.
And it looks actually, it's growing on me. It's growing on me.
Very good. Check out the Crossbar Capers Facebook page. There you go. Yeah. Other than that, guys, we thank everyone. If you haven't liked the social medias pages and so forth, the YouTube, the Twitch, Facebook, be sure to go on and do it. We do appreciate it. As you said, it's not something that we you have to do or anything like that. We appreciate it if you do, and if you don't, that's fine. We're also on Spotify. Be sure. We haven't been there for a little bit, but we are there. There is a few old podcasts to be sure to go.
This year's haven't gone up there yet.
No, we'll wait till we get a little bit closer to the season and so forth and nut all that out. But yeah, if you want to go back and watch some of the old ones, feel free. They're up there. And yeah, other than that, guys, enjoy your football this weekend, whatever you may be watching. And as always, Benny, we hate Coast Scum.
Coast Scum.
That's it. Get it in the chat. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later. Thanks for watching.